Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So, topic that we will discuss today it is the water as a solvent. So, how we can use the water as a solvent? Let's have a look. First one, the water is basically known as the universal solvent. Now, why it is known as the universal solvent? The main reason is because it can dissolve almost all the minerals. It can dissolve all the minerals. So that's why it is known as the universal solvents. Basically, it is having its dissolving ability of different substances just because of its two unique properties. The number one property is the polarity of the water molecule. That water molecule is mainly polar in nature, so it can dissolve more of the polar substances in it, and that ability just make it as the universal solvent. The second property of the water that is making up it is universal solvent. It is its exceptional hydrogen bonding ability. The water molecule has a specific type of bonding between it is known as the hydrogen bonding ability, and the hydrogen bonding ability is mainly the bonding between the hydrogen and the oxygen of two molecules of the water. The hydrogen of the one molecule attracted by the oxygen of the other molecule. So this is known as the specific hydrogen bonding. Here we have the properties of water as a solvent. It is just because of the polarity of the water molecule that water is mainly polar in nature. If we have its structure, it is H2O, oxygen, and the two hydrogen molecules are making up like oxygen is having partial negative charge and hydrogen is having partial positive charge, making up it a polar molecule. And the second thing is the exceptional hydrogen bonding ability, as it is known as exceptional because it is present in the water molecule because it is having hydrogen and oxygen. So it is the bonding that is found between the hydrogen atom and the other atoms having lone pairs or the more electronegative atom like oxygen, fluorine, and the nitrogen. So we will discuss here the polar nature of the water molecule. The simple it is making up of oxygen and the two hydrogen molecules. Now why here the oxygen is having partial negative charge and hydrogen is having partial positive charge? The main reason is this electronegativity. The electronegativity is basically the ability of the atoms to the shared electron pair attract the shared electron pair towards itself. This is mainly known as the electronegativity, and the atom which is having more electronegativity it will carry the charge partial negative, and the other atom which is having less electronegativity it will carry the charge partial positive. So likewise here the oxygen is more electronegative atom, so it attracts the shared electron pair towards itself. Due to this reason, oxygen carries partial negative charge and the hydrogen, as its electronegativity is less, so that's why it electron pairs will not be attracted by the hydrogen, and in turn it carries the partial positive charge. So that partiality of the charges making the water as a polar substance, so it can dissolve all the polar substances in it. Now, what type of polar substances it can dissolve? Because when we add up any solute in it, the solute particles are also having the positive and the negative end. So its positive end will attract the negative end of the molecule and the positive end will attracted by the negative, and in turn here the electrostatic force of attraction will be created. Now what is known as the electrostatic force of attraction, the force of attraction that is created between positive end and the negative end of the molecules, it is known as the electrostatic force of attraction. Then we have the water, how it dissolve the polar substances. So here you can see that, for example, this is the polar substance which is having one end positive and other is negative, and this is the one water molecule, this is the other, and this is third, and this is the fourth. In this you can see that this is the partial negative oxygen, it is attracting the positive part of the solute substance, and this is also the partial negative oxygen attracting the solute's positive end. On the other hand, here we have the negative end of the solute, it is attracted by the positive part of the water molecule. So in this way, this force of attraction will be created, and that bond will be break between the solute particles positive and the negative, and in turn this force of attraction will be created and the polar substance get dissolved in the water molecule. So this is the simple dissolving of the polar substances in the water molecule. Here we have the examples that what are the polar substances. Here we have the NaCl, which is an ionic substance. The second we have the potassium chloride. Then we have the sodium sulfate. These all the types of different salts that get dissolved in the water because they can be separated into their ions. Here from NaCl, the two type of charges will be created, sodium and chloride. Here the potassium and chloride, here the sodium and the sulfate. So when these type of charges will be created and it will be attracted by the polar parts of the different molecules. On the other hand, if we have a look on the non-polar substances, as the non-polar substances will not get dissolved in the water because the nature of both water and this substance is different. So that's why they will not get dissolved in the water molecule. So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you guys understand. And in the next day, we will discuss about the extensive hydrogen bonding in the water molecule, which is a second factor making it as a universal solvent. For that time, you guys keep learning and have a good day.